Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 13, I believe, of Let's Play Tyranny Blind. In the last part, we had just taken Vendrian's Well, and we are atop the spire where mystical abilities happen. Oh, and that is why this is the spire. So we've got spire upgrades, now we can hire people. We'll delve more into this later. I'm not going to delve into it now, this exact second, because I am so full of fucking answers. I just want to go see Tunon and get some fucking answers, you know what I'm saying? So, Ascension Hall, Vendrian's Well, Citadel. And now, we can go more places! But we actually need to go to the Bastard City. It'll take us 2 days and 12 hours. Actually, not. If it's going to take us that long, I'm going to at least travel to... No, I'm going to at least travel down to my Citadel. I'm going to go say hello to my peeps. Because this is my land now, bitches. It's mine! At least we didn't do it the crazy way. I mean, I wanted to do it the crazy way, but at the same time... that didn't seem like the wisest son of a thing in the world to do. Oh, wait a minute.
Sorry, I can't.
Let's go here first. And yeah, everyone wants to speak to us. So I think this part is mostly going to be wrapping up conversations. And hopefully going to see Tunon. We've got 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes. Ooh. Yes, we get it, you're carrying too much. But this is a weapon that looks like...
Carrying too much.
No, you picked it up. Where did you fucking put it? Did you put it in here? Yes. This is a single-handed sword, I believe? Yes. Is it better than hers, though? That's the question. Yes, it is, so... She's now actually better equipped than she was before.
On it.
And look, it's got my badass fucking picture on it. Yes, we've got two quests. We need to go talk to Tunon and talk to Graven Ash. Two friends of ours. Well, at least we know the... Tunon is our boss, basically. Oh. Hello. How are you alive? I kicked you off the fucking spire. Bullshit, she should be dead. I'm still in. Ooh. It's a great spear. Fuck. I can't use it because it's a spear, but it's a great spear, which means it's not actually usable by me. First things first, we'll come out here and we'll talk to Verse a moment. She's actually my favorite character currently, so obviously other than myself. So let's speak to Verse.
So, the Scarlet Chorus and Disfavored are at each other's throats. Can't say I didn't see that coming, but the Archons might have waited until one war was over before they started another.
The war doesn't interest me.
Funny sentiment, considering you're in the center of it. Not that I'm judging. I'll say this much. Our time together is anything but dull. My blades are yours for as long as you'll have me.
Let's be off. Let's talk to Barak next.
And so, civil war divides the armies of mighty Kairos. The reckoning that comes of this failure will be great indeed. We find ourselves in the darkest times. Brothers and sisters who fought for a similar cause now skewer each other over blighted lands in the favor of distant powers.
What would you have done at Vendrian's Well, then?
Backing the disfavored was the only logical choice. Graven Ash is the only Archon worthy of your confidence, and you were wise to recognize as much. Naturally, I would have done the same. Whatever others might say about what happened in Vendrian's Well, you acted from instinct. I can't help but respect that.
Onward! Let's talk to Dickhead Lantry.
At least in theory, I'm supposed to be observing history and not getting myself wrapped into it. All the same, this is the thrill of a lifetime. Rarely does one stand so close to monumental moments in the making. If given the choice between a multifaceted hive mind of treachery and a surly old soldier, General Grumps is the wiser choice. It's patently obvious which Archon is truly loyal to Kairos. So, I must ask, are you planning on taking sides in the Civil War? Or do you have other plans?
I have my own little corner of the tears now. Actually, no. For as long as it suits my purpose, I will ally with the disfavored.
The Archon of War is about as noble as a professional killer can be. And unlike the voices of Narat, he doesn't bring with him a gaggle of rapists and pillagers in his wake. The disfavored could use your help. They are outnumbered, and I'd say outwitted by the opposition.
Outwitted, you say? I'll have you know the disfavored boast the most capable strategists of Kairos' armies. If we're outwitted, it's because the motives and tactics of our enemies are too brainless for any rational soldier to grasp.
It's easy for Lantu to criticize a general for being outwitted. How many battles has he led?
Truer words have never been spoken. It's impossible to judge Graven Ash until you've stood in his boots and endured the burden of leadership. Even we, his followers, fall short of comprehending his magnificence.
Whatever you do next, consider that many eyes will be upon you, for you have both delivered and taken away the Overlord's edicts, and few will know how to make sense of the latter. You are an exception the Archons cannot afford to ignore. They will likely aim to control or destroy you.
Have you heard of edicts being broken before?
Most of Kairos' edicts were either worded to end in a manner of the Overlord's choosing, or the edicts have simply continued in perpetuity. That's not to say there haven't been stories of broken edicts. They're just uncommon. The oldest is, I think, Golbraith and the Edict of Sorrows, and that tale dates back to around the year 110. Aside from you, the most recent was the Edict of Twisting Grasses, back in 380. In all these stories, Kairos' edict very clearly gives its victim a single way to escape, and someone manages it. What's never happened is the pure abatement of an edict, like using a spell of warding or cancellation.
Noted. Now let's get going. We cannot let Tunon think we're late, because Tunon will fucking murder us. He's our big bad boss. Also, I'm guessing there'll be a lot of fucking goods in this city, because it is the bastard city after all. But it'll take us a few days to get there. 2 days and 12 hours. Now we're arriving and it's going to be evening, but I'm gonna get to see what Tunon may. I sleep a lot. I sleep's awesome, but yeah. So hopefully we can
I got it.
be good. Oh look, armor I used to wear. The shit armor. So there's Tunon.
You call yourselves officers of Kairos' army, but your conduct falls short of my expectations. The court finds your accounts of Vendrian's well lacking, rife with misdirection and fallacy, fouled with baseless accusation.
The shadows beneath Tunon's cloak darken and flare around him. Murmurs of unease erupt from the court. We're just gonna listen. Your Honor, I have relayed the events as I experienced them. You can well imagine why my version of conflicts with she makes a dismissive gesture to the Scarlet Chorus representative. On my honor and on that of the General, I would sooner snap my sword than perjure myself before you, Archon. Oh, you simply implied that falsehood comes easier to my lips than yours. You're a fool if you believe the Archon of Justice won't see through your lies because the disfavored think themselves better than an honest gang.
Silence. The contradictions in your statements will be examined, and falsities threshed from truths. If we find you have perjured yourselves, Bled and Mark will see to your fate.
The Archon turns and you feel his gaze upon you.
Fatebinder, we will start with the matter of the Archons. Graven Ash and the Voices of Nerat have declared war upon each other. In addition to violating Kairos' peace, they have thrown the conquest of the Tears into disarray. By all accounts, these hostilities began shortly after your arrival. Tell us what transpired.
The Archons could not agree on who should lead the siege and descend into the accusations of treachery. It seemed a mutual spat. The disfavored were more deserving of the honor. Our Texan training outmatched the Vendrians at guards at every turn. What balderdash. The disfavored couldn't tip over a straw hut if they had a week to strategize. Our howling mob was better equipped to overwhelm the Vendrian guard, our recruits ready to throw themselves at the enemy if only Ash and his legions would agree to a plan.
The Fatebinder presents testimony. I warn you both against speaking out of turn. Something more than a mere disagreement unraveled this campaign. But I will return to that in time. Let us speak of Ascension Hall. The disfavored sing your praises across the realm, though the Scarlet Chorus appeal for charges of treason. Perhaps you can offer a more enlightened account.
I claimed the Citadel was a small unit of disfavored, Yoon.
An efficient solution, the type I would expect from a capable agent. Tell me though, with the edict looming overhead and death the price of failure, why not employ the numerical advantage of the Scarlet Chorus?
To be fair, this is true. The voices of Nerad provoked Ash at every turn. I suspected treachery. For a long while, the Adjudicator hovers in silence, shadow trailing from below his robes.
I will consider this testimony at length. The court thanks you for it. Is there anything you wish to add at this time?
I have told you all that I know.
Your testimony is accepted by the court. The statements of our guests raise questions in my mind. There is much about this campaign that has caused me to wonder. A shipment of iron weapons was short on arrival. Where coveted iron is concerned, I don't believe it to be a clerical error. One of my agents recovered this seal in Echo Call. It belongs to a merchant collective. Lethian's Crossing is teeming with their kind. If you would root out treachery, I would advise starting there. Petitioners, leave us. I would have a private audience with the Fatebinder. Ascend and join me. You will find the way opened.
Oh, we get to ascend. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it just means we can go up there. Yeah, fuck it, we're just gonna bring everyone. I think we're all, yeah, Spire. Oh, sweet. If we rest at the Spire, we get a fucking bonus. That's bitchin'. Let's go up to Tunon. As he is the big bad boss at the moment.
This civil war, this feud, is an insult to Kairos' peace. It should not have taken the better part of a year to silence the last vestiges of the Oathbreakers.
Tunon regards you in a thoughtful silence. I agree, Your Honor.
Our allies squabble while our enemies regroup. It falls upon the court to measure the extent of the damage, and to execute the agents of disorder. I suspect that treachery, negligence, disunity, and greed have infected one or both of our esteemed allies. Until you are instructed otherwise, this matter is the court's primary focus. Graven Ash and the voices of Nerat must be examined in close detail. You are charged with observing the Archons and presenting your case that one of them has wrought chaos and disorder upon the tiers.
I will make this my mission, Your Honor.
As always, you will be held accountable for what you do in the court's name. But you are free to conduct your investigation in the manner of your choosing. You must expect lies, misdirection, and manipulation. Suffer not such obstructions of justice. The disfavored seem the logical first step in your inquiry. The Legion holds you in some esteem, and Graven Ash has shown deference to the court in times past. No doubt the disfavored will be rife with accusations and evidence against the voices of Nerat. Graven Ash is a noble man, but never underestimate his capacity for deception. A wise general succeeds by knowing when to be unreadable to the enemy. You should, of course, speak with the Scarlet Chorus and gather their testimony, but it stands to reason that most in the chorus would sooner brag about a pauldron fashioned from your skull than entertain your questions. Do not regret killing the rabble that impede your investigation. They will be easily replaced.
I will speak with the Archon of War.
Your fellow Fatebinders have been busy acting as my eyes and ears. I have a few leads for you to follow. You should, of course, speak with your brothers and sisters of the court if you need further counsel. Though the disfavored were triumphant in the Blade Grave, I understand that their troubles within the region are unfinished. Talk to the disfavored commanders serving in the Blade Grave. Perhaps they can shine some light on the origins of this feud. There is a final matter to discuss. A sensitive topic.
Though it's impossible to gauge from his expression, Tunon seems more wary than usual. What concerns the court, Your Honor?
In spite of the many shortcomings at Vendrian's Well, you managed to make a name for yourself. You proclaimed an Edict of Kairos, resolved its demanding conditions, and ascended the mountain spire. Any one of these feats would be worthy of recognition by the highest authority. You managed to accomplish 3.
Tunon hovers in observance, awaiting our response. I am in a privileged position to accomplish incredible deeds.
It pleases me that you grasp your role, as long as you temper it with a sense of duty. Whether by design or by accident, you have captured the attention of Kairos' army and the local tiersmen alike. This is no small opportunity, and the court charges you with exploiting your new standing to its fullest potential. You have a title in our hierarchy. However, it's a little-known secret that one's standing in the world is determined by their infamy, their deeds, and how they come to be known. Mind this notion as you bring justice to this lawless frontier. There may come a time when your deeds speak for you louder than any title. Whatever you did to capture the attention of the masses at Vendrian's Well, I would encourage you to do so again.
Understood. I will be known as the champion of justice.
Good. It falls to us to set a new standard for these southern barbarians. You are dismissed. Should the court have need of your presence, you will receive word. Go forth and do my bidding, and bring glory and honor to the tiers in Kairos' name.
Tunon raps his gavel against the floor, the singular note resounding throughout the hall. Well, shit! I've actually got to try now. And he now fucked off all the way back there. But no, we're going to go talk to our brothers and sisters. Or our alleged brothers and sisters. I do not remember having brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? But, Bit Equip, Mocking Blaze, Blood Munich. And we're going to go talk to, Albatronus. But we're going to go talk to Fatebinder Kellio, Nonovalio, and Regolius. We'll talk in the middle first. He may talk to all 3 at once. Alexander Hill, I see you've returned to the fold. Your exploits in Vendrian's Well are a matter of some discussion. The Fatebinder of Balance regards you with a discerning eye, and for a moment you feel as if she is trying to peer into the very depths of your mind. What can I do for you? You seem to know much of my actions. Have you been spying on me? Don't act so surprised. It's my duty to ensure that those who operate under the Adjudicator's name adhere to the spirit of his laws, if not the very letter. Of course, I have nothing to hide. So you say, but I have to weigh all evidence presented before me with an objective eye. Assume you are being watched, Fatebinder, but don't concern yourself. That's no more than any citizen of the Empire can expect. Has anything happened while I was away? There have been whispers that Karen grew disloyal to Graven Ash's command during the campaign in Azir. I took up the mantle of investigation near Plainsgate, and judging the rumors to be true, dispatched Karen by proclaiming Curse's Edict of Stone. The very earth turned against the traitorous Archon, and as the region split asunder in righteous judgment. So that's where Karen went. Karen. The Archon is the Archon of Stone. He was killed though, due to his treacherous nature. How have you occupied your time in the Bastard City? Tunon sends me on assignments here and there. I settle disputes between the locals while the Adjudicators are otherwise occupied. She smirks. Everything from trade disagreements to pushing Chorus's squatters out of the basements. Real rewarding work. She waves it off. The glory of war is not an honor reserved for the likes of us. We're the fish swimming in Tunon's wake, picking up scraps along the way. We're rather large and imposing compared to the bottom feeders of the tiers, but fish all the same. Oh well. And we'll talk to Nunaval. We gave Tunon favor 1. Alexander Hill, you returned unscathed and more acclaimed than ever, as it seems to be your way. The Fatebinder of War claps your good natural. Fuck me, words today. Natural. Oh, whatever. And with excessive strength from the back. I can't read today. Come, you must regale me with all your journey was held. Well, fuck it, whatever. I could use a moment of respite between friends. He regards you with a warm, boisterous smile. Word has reached me regarding your negotiation tactics at Apex. I must admit, I'm impressed you made any headway with southern wretches. If they're open to reason, it would seem they aren't as ignorant as the Archon of War would have you believe. Come, let us speak freely. How are you singled out to become a Fatebinder? I cannot speak for the other Fatebinders, but I joined the court when I was yet still a boy, and impetuous beyond reason. I had been imprisoned with a death sentence for the crime of desecrating corpses. He laughed hard and hearty. It was nothing so exciting as you're no doubt imagining. I was merely burning corpses that awaited burial. Before the local authority could see me to the gallows, the adjudicator claimed me as great talent waiting to be realized, needing only to be steered. Let's talk about something else. I've claimed the spire at Vendrian's Well. So the court whispers are true. The Fatebinder rubs his fingers along the underside of his chin, pondering his thoughts with great weight. After a moment, he offers you a wistful sort of smile. Someday I would like to witness for myself this tower that has risen above the realm like a blade thrust into the sky. Yeah, I'll do for now. And we'll talk to what's this guy now. Regalius. Fatebinder, you return. Regalius looks you up and down with an inscrutable expression. You look as if you had questions for me to untangle. Ask, I am feeling generous. Can you tell me about the old walls and the Bane? With which should I start? The old walls. We know little enough about the ancient structures, save that they predate all historical record. The forbidding ruins crisscross the tiers and north alike centuries before we raised our cities. The only one old enough to guess, likely, is Kuros. Tell me about the Bane. The Bane are found in the old walls, but much of their defining qualities still escape me. They are creatures of smoke, claw, and fang. If you find yourself unfortunate enough to fight one, remember that spells are effective against them, but grab the attention of the others lurking near. Well, that was all. We will speak to these guys later, but for now, we're actually going to do one more thing before we leave.
Will do.
We're gonna leave this little place here. We're gonna go see if I can find a weapon. Oh, damn it! I expect more talking. Welcome back, kid. Assuming it would have been to watch the edict drop. I guess I'm glad you lived. Baden Mark, Archon of Shadows, aroused from a faraway stare, turning to face you with a wry smile. Though he stands still, he seems to sift in and out of the shadows that surround him. Here you threw rings on Graven Ash's sides. Not a bad bet to pick the Archon of War. But tell me the truth, did you go with Ash because it seemed like the right thing to do, or because supporting the voices was a worse option? Yes, our lives depend on military success. I was not about to hand control to the Archon of Secrets. Don't trust the voices? Look like you do have brains. All that matters is the edict of execution was stayed. Those stationed at Vendrian's Wall should be thanking you for their lives. Now, I assume you're off to meet with Ash, but first, you and I need to have a little chat. I'm listening. Everyone's keeping an eye on you, because you did something that nobody has done before. Gotta guess what that might be? Which one is it? I'm not fucking. I'm the first person taking an evasive stance against your rhetorical questions. Second, actually, but not that. The Archon raises an eyebrow and his golden eye glimmer with the briefest hint of amusement. Proclaiming an edict isn't new, neither surviving or resolving the commandments of an edict, but you're the first to proclaim or resolve the very same edict, and it didn't kill you. In one fell swoop, you survived your second edict, resolved the very one you had proclaimed, and woke an arcane structure that had slept for several centuries. And now I go on your short list of people who stand out as potential problems? More or less, mostly more. He offers a dangerous grin. I don't care what you do with this information, but you should know the danger you're in now that you've put yourself on the map. Sticking with the Disfavored is a smart idea, kid. At least smarter than getting mixed up with the Archon of Secrets. You'll never really be one of them. But if you value Ash's warriors, they'll serve you the best they can. Thanks for the advice. The Archon of Shadows shrugs to you in a farewell, but his golden eyes are alight with the interest as he watches you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we're going to have to end this part here because we've actually run out of time. So I'll see you guys next part. See you guys then.